Approaching the halfway point of the fourth, Chris Paul buries the three. 12-point lead again. 8-point lead. Draymond has it knocked away. PJ Tucker, he does so many little things for this Houston team. Now it's Harden. Unstoppable. Rockets up 9. But again, put this team to bed when you can. Late, it's a 5-point game. Curry with the miss. Rebound. Curry with the three. Hits. And it's a 2-point game. 3-point game late. That's a great shot for Durant. He posed like he thought he had it. They get the rebound. Curry, one head fake. No, it rattles out. Paul gets the rebound. He hits the deck. He hits the free throw. And they end up winning this one by 4. 112-108. Tim Legler alongside. What do you got for me?
I got control. James Harden controlling the game. And in a way that no other player really can. And I'm going to show you, though, what he's thinking about some of these possessions. This one's interesting to me, Scott, because I think there are times Golden State can make better decisions. All right, here's what I mean. So he drives in, kicks it out. Well, both of the Warriors defenders are standing right here, right? So, I mean, they're right next to James Harden. Who do you think has a better chance to run out there with him right now and guard him? Draymond Green or Kevon Looney? Clearly, it's Draymond Green.
Sure.
Right? So here goes Harden. You know he's going to run all the way out there to catch it. It seems to me this would be an easy communication and let Looney go over here to Capella. But for some reason, they don't do it. Looney started on him, so now Looney's going to run out there on him again. And just take a look at the patience with his feet quick enough to guard that. So this was after that run you just talked about. Big shot there. Now This one is just kind of silly. This is just clowning and dancing. They actually keep Clay on him. He fights over the pick. I like that. I don't like as many switches. And then right about here, Clay's going to guard him, cut him off, stops him again. Oh, on the reach. Harden goes behind his back. He's going to come in here, and now he's going to say, okay, who wants to dance now? Sean Livingston, you want to dance a little bit? Come out here. No, I'm going to go by you. And it's just ridiculous. Yeah. He gets into this area of the floor. Looney will step up, but this is just a little floater over the top. He has dribbled 19 seconds off the clock. No one else has touched the ball, and he's had 3 different guys guard him on the same possession. And this is when Golden State had made a run. So I talk about control. To me, this was one of those games we saw all throughout the year that James Harden had where it was every possession. It was all about him and his handle.
Game ended with us on the air. I don't have a box score yet, so I don't know what Clay and Curry went combined. I mentioned Curry did go for 30. You had a thought on those two combined. What do you have?
I just think that they're guarding him physically on the perimeter. They're bumping him, they're hitting him, they're grabbing him. And I think Steph and Clay are shot makers. They don't sell anything. And I think it does wear you down over the course of a game when you're being bumped and ridden to that extent, particularly guys that are kind of built like that. I'd consider them finesse players. I think their defense has had a factor in this series without question.
I asked you in the green room just to think about this thought for me, because now it's best of 3. The cliche in sports is that a series doesn't start until a road team wins. Which road team do you think is best equipped to win a game in the next 3?
Yeah, I mean, we might go 7 home teams, but if you ask me that question, I would say actually Houston, because of the unique nature of James Harden and the way that he can dictate pace and tempo by controlling possessions unlike any other player. That would be a scary proposition for Steve Kerr, that he could get one of those games in the Bay Area and potentially have a chance to come back and close this thing out. But like I said, this could be just one of those that goes all 7 home teams win.
He was a virtuoso. I mean, this is vintage Harden. This is why he's the hardest player in the league to guard, hardest player to officiate, just the hardest to deal with, period.
Agreed.
Appreciate it, Tim.
Thanks.
Durant and Curry, 2 of the best we've ever seen. But in the closing 10 seconds of playoff game spots, this is wild. It's a 4 of 25 stat, and that's on game-tying or go-ahead field goal attempts. 1 of 12 on threes. They had good looks tonight, particularly Durant. It was lengthy, but, man, he's stepping into that. We've seen him bury it time and time again. He was unable to get that one that would have tied. Curry, the same story. And as a result, we are all tied, headed back to the Bay Area. Stephen A. Smith joins me now. My man, it's that time of year when you and I get to talk live on the show. I look forward to these moments in these games. Look, Houston.
Well, I mean, hey, listen, man. You're back to interviewing me instead of it being the other way around. I'm loving it.
Hey, the last time we talked Tiger Woods, and that turned out pretty well. Maybe we're heading towards something historic here. Right. What tonight is the most significant factor in the game to what you saw? You just heard me and Tim talking about Harden. What'd you see?
Well, it's two things. Number one, Tim Legler is absolutely right, being the basketball savant that he is. James Harden definitely has found his groove. He's got 38 and 10 tonight. He played a stellar basketball game. He actually shot 6 of 12 from three-point range before missing his last 5 as the game waned. Forced a couple of shots there. But he was absolutely spectacular. There's no doubt about that. But just as glaring as James Harden's greatness was tonight, was as glaring as Klay Thompson was not. He was not very impressive tonight at all. I don't know what the hell is going on with Klay Thompson. He can't seem to find a shot. Now, in fairness to him, the Golden State Warriors spent a vast majority of this game simply not moving the basketball that well at all. The fluidity wasn't there. The spacing wasn't there. The pacing wasn't there. Nothing seemed to be working for them. So when Klay Thompson finally got the basketball, he felt the need to rush shots, to just shoot shots, because they weren't moving the basketball enough. But it doesn't negate the fact that he has been struggling mightily so throughout this entire series. He has not looked like himself. He has not looked like one of the top 5 shooters this game has ever seen. And that definitely is hurting the Golden State Warriors, because on many occasions, whether it's Steph Curry or it's Kevin Durant, or Draymond Green, they were finding him for shots, and they just weren't falling. And that's the problem going on with Klay Thompson right now. And I think it's a profound problem for the Golden State Warriors, something they have to fix if they want to win this series.
Understood. And yet, for whatever they lacked tonight, they've got the ball in the hands of Durant and the ball in the hands of Curry, and the ball's in the air with an opportunity to tie, as they had in Game 3 as well. So if I'm Golden State and I'm going home knowing it's best of 3 and I have home court advantage, how shook am I supposed to be right now?
Well, you ain't going to be but so shook, because you know over 2 games that you easily could have won.
Right.
It could have been a sweep. If you know what, if it came down to the wire overtime when they lost Game 3 with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson playing badly, in Game 4 with Steph Curry stepping up and playing a good game, albeit not good from three-point range. Remember, they shot 8 for 33 from three-point range, 17 less three-pointers than Houston, but they also made 9 less three-pointers than the Houston Rockets. If Klay Thompson hits some of those shots,
right,
we're walking home. We're going back to Golden State with a 3-1 lead. So you got to look at it from that perspective and understand that's a good thing. It's almost the equivalent of Tiger Woods 5 feet away from a putt. If he misses it, Scott Van Pelt is going to sit there saying, hey, it happens. Well, I'm on the basketball court at the Toyota Center in Houston telling you, hey, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, missing 2 good looks to end the game. It happens. Don't bank on it. Don't put your money on it happening too often where they'll get those looks and miss. But it does happen. And
it happened tonight. Get some rest. Get some rest. It'll be coming early in the morning. We'll look forward to seeing you on First Take.
No doubt. Thanks a lot, SVP.
Stephen.